Welcome back, Gearheads. It's Saturday, my wrenching day. Today I plan to get the oil pan and the covers on the 6.0 that's going in the 92 Camaro. But first, I wanted to share this helpful tip with you. I'm often working at night trying to balance a flashlight to see what I'm doing under the hood. Well, this mod lights up your engine bay as if you had shop lights underneath your hood. This is a how-to video for underhood LED lights. One thing I love about the Gearhead community is that we share ideas, put them together, and help each other out. Big thank you to Richard Wayne for sharing the idea of using these LED strips and providing a part number and the website where he got them. And I'll post all of that information in the video description below. I'll start by taking you over to the truck and showing you what those light strips look like and where they're mounted in the daylight with the lights off.
I used two strips, roughly 20 inches long each. Put one strip on one side of the hood, and the other strip on the other side.
The website where we got those is superbrightleds.com. On that website, those are listed at 19.7 inches. I went with the cool white, and that has the black strip background. The part number for those and the website is in the video description, as I said. They run $15 each plus shipping, but the catch is those things are so bright. I now know I probably could have got away with one strip. I now know that you can cut those strips into threes. Every 3 LED you can cut it. They have an area marked on there where you can cut it. When you go to their website and look at the lights, it has a diagram near the bottom that shows you where you can cut them. So looking back now, I could have bought just one strip, cut it in half, and put half on each side of the hood, because those lights are bright. Those are super bright. Those are brighter than most LEDs I've come across. They come with a 3M adhesive on the back of them, so you just peel one side and stick it where you need it. Of course, prep the surface, make sure you cleaned it, degreased it. I just use brake clean or something to wipe the surface before I stick them. I got the ones that were not weatherproof. They're a lot cheaper, and we'll see how they hold up. I think they'll do well still. Another option I considered though is if you took those LED strips like that and maybe put a clear heat shrink. They make a clear heat shrink. Put a clear heat shrink over them, shrink it down, but then you need that 3M adhesive again to apply it wherever you're going to put it. Just an idea I thought I'd share with you. Maybe you'll try it out. Now, I've showed you the lights. I showed you how bright they are, how easily they mount, and where to get them. But now we need a way to switch them on and off, right? When I was posting up about this on Facebook, I got lots of good feedback and ideas of different ways to switch them. The choice is preference, up to you. Now I'll share with you a few of those options of switches so you can make your own choice on which switch you would like to use. The most popular idea seemed to be a Mercury tilt switch. These switches work by depending on liquid mercury inside a capsule sliding back and forth to either open or close the circuit. When the switch is tilted one direction, the mercury inside slides to one end away from the electrical leads, and then when you tilt it in the other direction, the mercury will slide down to where the leads are, making contact to both leads, which closes the circuit. This allows the current to flow through those two leads to switch on your lights. Some vehicles came with these Mercury switches under the hood. For example, 88 through 98 Chevy trucks. So I chose to stop by my local salvage yard, since I do it pretty often, and snag one off of an 88 through 98 Chevy truck. I don't know what other years or models or makes of vehicles came with Mercury switches, but if you know, please comment below, help out your fellow gearheads. I do know that according to Wiki, they quit using Mercury switches in vehicles in 2003. Another Mercury switch option is one that is designed for car alarms. You can grab them on eBay for under $10, and it might even turn out to be a better, more clean design than what I used here. The only concern I have for the Mercury switches made for car alarms is how much current's allowed to flow through them. You may only be able to use them to trigger a relay that will supply power to your lights. I don't know. You'll have to research that. But going that route would save you the trip of having to go to a salvage yard, and the way it's designed could make for a cleaner install. The second type of switch that I'm going to show you is a door pin switch. These switches are used to trigger your alarm or for your courtesy light in the vehicle. Pretty common. Let me show you what it looks like.
This is an example of a door pin switch. This is the one in the door jamb of my C10. When you, has a connection on the other side, when you push it in, the connection doesn't touch the base, which grounds the wire. But when you let go, that connection comes up, touches the base, touches the metal, grounds it, completes the circuit, and allows your dome light to turn on. Here's another example, and this is what you'll find on eBay. They're cheap and easy to get. When it's pushed down, the circuit's open. When you open the door, it comes up, completes the circuit, grounds your wire, turns on your light.
The third type of switch you could use is just a regular old toggle switch. When you flip the switch up, it'll come on. You flip the switch off, it breaks the circuit, and it turns this light off. It's up to you, your preference, which one you would like to do, which one you feel comfortable doing. Now I'm going to take you over to the truck and show you how my wires are ran and what's going on. It's not finalized, cleaned up, wires aren't tucked away, but that's a good thing for you, because then you can see how it's wired in, and it'll be easier to explain.
Once again, you see them just sticky to the hood. Got a wire between the 2 points. I had to shorten that wire to connect the 2 LED strips together, and then I soldered them together with some heat shrink, but I need to secure that wire to the hood. And it runs along. It comes to this side over here where the battery is. What I plan to do is actually an idea that Richard said he did. I'm gonna drill a hole right here and probably hide my wire inside the hood. But for now, as you see, it's running down the hood. I'll probably eliminate this connector because I've already noticed a loose connection inside that connector. That's a connector that came with the LEDs, and I don't really like it. So I'm probably going to eliminate that. But it's run down, and the end of this wire, this is what I've done. I've got pictures to show you what I did and how I did it. But what it was is the bulb that fit into that Mercury light switch. I broke the glass off of it, soldered my wires onto the leads that were inside the bulb, and basically it just works like the mount was made to work. You put the bulb in and it functions like that. I'll put some heat shrink, some loom, hide the wire some more, paint the mount black, but that's how that works. That is how I connected it to the Mercury switch. On these, the Mercury switch is inside the base. That's actually the top of the Mercury switch right there, inside there, that the bulb touches, the bottom of the bulb. That's one reason why I didn't want to solder to that bulb. I didn't know how the Mercury would react to it. So I just did this. I like this idea anyways. This is what I told you about earlier, how I'll turn the lights off if I ever want them off. Just like that. Paint this black to look better. It had a ground strap with it already. I ran it down, grounded it down here where the blower motor's grounded. And then you run a wire, power wire, to the battery. But that's basically it. Pretty simple. This all needs to be cleaned up now.
Originally I had plans of using a Mercury switch in combination with a toggle switch. That way when I opened the hood my light would come on, but in case for some reason I didn't want the light on, I could always flip the toggle switch to turn it off. But now that I see how easy it is for me just to pull the bulb out, there's not really a need for a switch. If for some reason I don't want that light on, I'll pull the bulb out real quick. Pops in and out really quick, easy, stays connected because it's on a harness. You can't lose it. So I'm happy with just the 88 through 98 underhood light Mercury switch because it turns on, it's not too sensitive, and it handles the current flow that I need for my lights, and it seems to be doing a great job. Now this idea could be applied anywhere you need light. For example, a truck toolbox in the bed of the truck. When you open the lid, you got your Mercury switch in there, or whichever switch you chose, and then you'll have a light in your toolbox to see your tools and what you're doing. Some people had concerns that the Mercury switch would trigger and come on randomly when you didn't want it to. Like say if you were launching hard, the Mercury would roll back, turn on the switch, and that would be a problem. For one, it should be pretty obvious that it's not a problem because it was on vehicles for quite a long time. Two, it would take a lot of effort, pretty hard launch, which I know some of you are doing, to be able to throw that Mercury to the rear to turn the light on. If for some reason that the switch is too sensitive and you do see it coming on while you're just driving down the road and vibrating, you can always adjust it. The housing, you bend the housing down further so it doesn't come on so easily. If you notice in my hood, it didn't come on until I opened the hood about halfway. So that means for my light to come on, I'd have to about do a wheelie. That's not going to happen. Here we go, a little nighttime demonstration of the underhood lights. Raise the hood up, about halfway they click on. There you go. And they're bright. You can see everything. Do all that you need to do without having to hold the light up. You get down here, change out the plugs, whatever you need. Well, Gearheads, that's all that I have for you today. If you like what I'm doing, hit the like button below. If you want to see more, subscribe. Y'all have a great weekend, be productive, and keep on wrenching.